What's up, everyone? Griever back here, as always, bringing you guys the latest behind-the-bar reviews for One Piece. One Piece, ladies and gentlemen, chapter 933, A Samurai's Mercy. Now, before we get underway, of course, with the cover page, of course, we're featuring Eneru this week, volume 30, because, of course, the cover page had a fan request of Eneru sort of idea. Not the hugest fan of Eneru. I'll probably get some dislikes for saying that, but I don't care if he comes back in the story. I don't think he's top tier character material, but that's just my opinion anyway. Feel free to dislike the video and tell me clackety-clack in the comment section as to why Eneru is the greatest. That being said, another thing I want to bring up is there are plenty of references in this chapter for a lot of Japanese terminology, mythology, historical information. I'm not going to pinpoint every single one. I will mention them as they come up likely, but if I miss a few, it's not an oversight on my part. I know there are a lot, but some of them don't really mean a whole lot. Some, at least as far as getting more information out of the chapter, like the starving skeleton thing with Brook, or the names of some of the Oniwaban group being Fujin, Raijin, Hanzo, that kind of idea. Not really a key, not really of much import as of right now. So, as I said, not going to reference every single thing, every single attack name, but yeah. So, moving on to the chapter review. This chapter, I had a couple of small things, not issues, but small things. I was just kind of like, really? In this chapter. But that being said, we start off basically we're not leaving, which is really good. I'm glad we didn't leave. One of the things I want to bring up, though, is that it's the Hebe no Mi. It is the snake fruit, mythical zone variation model, even though it represents the dragon, the eight-headed dragon. It represents the eight-headed, eight-tailed dragon, Yamato no Orochi, which, of course, he derived his name from. Likely, he was either a commoner, or a greedy nobleman, or a greedy commoner, any of these things before taking on the name of Orochi, probably given this mythical zone through Kaido's manipulations or something like that. But it is the snake fruit. It is not the dragon, even though it represents the more dragon-esque features of the Yamato no Orochi. It's not very snake-like. It's still represented as a snake. Bit surprising, but before we got the reveal that it was dragon-esque, I continuously brought up the fact that it is both because of the kanji. In many a review and theory video, I've told that it could be either the dragon or snake mythical zone. It would work either way. But they finally confirmed it's a snake fruit. So that's pretty cool. Now the conversation, once again, not a whole lot of information really going down here. It's more like just chaos. This chapter is pure chaos. We don't jump away. We stay in the Shogun's castle. We stay with what's going on currently. And Komurasaki is not backing down. That's a big thing, like they say, to love is to fall sort of idea. I will not beg for my life, blah, blah, blah. Orochi seems like really hesitant. He's just trying to strike the fear of God in her without actually hurting her or killing her. He attacks other people. The Oniwaban group isn't helping. They're after Robin. Robin's trying to take care of this stupid kid. The stupid kid. Is that Hiyori? Because I feel like this character needs to be important. Because once again, I don't believe that Komurasaki is Hiyori. I believe Komurasaki is Kinemon's daughter. For any more information on that, see my theory video posted last week. But this little girl who has caused all this crap won't stop laughing. Like, it's honestly annoying. It almost pisses me off. Like, Robin's trying to rescue her and is like, okay, shut up, kid. I gotta try to figure a way out of this. I can't help the courtesan. I can't even think I can help us right now. And she's just still laughing her ass off. She laughs her ass off the entire chapter, and it's honestly annoying. It wasn't that funny. Even to a little kid, making fun of the Wario-esque Shogun is not funny when your life is in danger and people are dying in front of you. It's not that funny. Okay? Just, like, there's a couple of screws loose with this little girl. So once again, is this some type of time-stalled Hiyori or something like that? I don't know. Anyways, not a huge fan of that. But they go through the motions. Of course, we see Brooke ends up trying to help out. The only woman is looking for Robin. We see Hanzo, a reference to Hattori Hanzo, popularized by most of the West by the Kill Bill movies, but is actually a historical figure in Japan. Hanzo is a ninja up here. He's looking all ninja-esque, very stealthy-like. And they talk about Shinobu, the man killer sort of idea, and how, they show like a really sexy version of her back in her late 20s sort of idea, or mid 20s. And now they're like, is it you this whole time? And then he goes, no, I must have mistaken you for someone else. And she gets insulted, and so she does the man killer technique sort of idea, and the ball crusher, and sort of hits him in the balls sort of idea. And it's like, oh, she's the man killer, all right. Now he's like, oh, we don't have time for this. Is that what you meant? Like, I don't know. So Nami tries to help out, with that whole thing. I mean, the chapter is really, it jumps all around. It's a bit of chaos, really. As I said, Orochi continues to attack other people, try to calm him down. It's not working. Takes the cortisone in his mouth sort of idea, and it's like, oh, what are we going to do here? Brooke shows up, the strangling skeleton, or the, I forget what the reference is. It's a reference to an old myth or folklore of Japan. Once again, not going to hugely go into detail there, but it's a thing, I guess. So they think that Brooke is this, mythical skeleton sort of person, the undead or whatever. And it's, as I said, the cast is just in chaos. Now, here's where things get kind of interesting. So everyone's all out here, right? You got Robin, you got Nami, you got Shinobu, you got Brooke, you got everyone's all in the room. Everyone's fighting, everyone's trying to escape. The only Waban's there doing stuff. We have Fujin and Raijin, which are references to, of course, the wind and thunder gods, respectively. Sometimes popularized at one point by the Final Fantasy VIII characters, Cypher's companions, also referencing wind and thunder, who utilize wind and thunder. So, I mean, there's a lot of references here, once again, in this chapter. Komurasaki is refusing to back down, of course, we know all this. Then boss Kiyoshiro arrives, the Yakuza boss, and he's just there like, you prepared? Like, you know what's got to go down. Are you prepared for this? And she's like, I am. And then just boom! Batu Jitsu, one slice, attack from the sheath, boom, down. Komurasaki is dead. Okay. She's not. I mean, that'd be really weird to just, boom, kill her like that. Something's going on here. Something's going on. I have no idea what, but something. Once again, remember that if I am correct about this being, the whole Kitsu mask references and the whole idea of the Kanemo's daughter sort of idea, illusionary magic, foxfire, tricksters, that's what foxes are. It's entirely possible that wasn't the real cortisone, or she makes it looks like it does. Not some crazy Sosuke Aizen stuff with a fake body that's a sword sort of idea, complete hypnosis, but some sort of illusionary magic or something. Kiyoshiro probably realizes this, or he's in on it. There's two possibilities. He's in on it, or the moment he cut her, he realized, because he seems to be quite a powerful samurai on the side of the bad guys. So if he's not in on it, which I wouldn't like, I kind of like him being a bad guy but really skilled. That way we could have a cool epic sword fight between him and Zoro, or him and Kinemon, or somebody like that. The thing is that he would know as an expert samurai if he cut true flesh. So if that's the case, if it is some form of illusion somehow, he's not letting on that that's what happened. He does know that Komurasaki has the note from Kinemon, all the people that passed out for the Rebel Alliance sort of idea, some Star Wars level shit going down in Wano here, and he notices that she has this paper. At first, I thought he had the paper. When at first I was scanning through it at work really quick when it came out, and I was looking through it really quick before break, and that was there, and I was like, is that really Kiyoshiro? Really? Like, what? And then I realized later on it's Komurasaki. Now, Orochi gets really mad and is just kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, why did you do that? He's like, a samurai's mercy, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a lot to unpack, but once again, like, it's a lot of chaos, but no heavy dialogue of import. No real heavy, like, okay, we got to analyze all this stuff. It was just madness. It was just chaos. We just have a lot of characters running around doing different objectives. Oniwaban is after, some of them are after Nami and Shinobu, who fight back. Then we have the ones after Robin, who's carrying the kid who started this shit, who fights back. Then we have the confrontation between Orochi and Komurosaki. Kyoshiro gets involved halfway through that. Brooks just there doing his own shtick. So there's a lot of stuff just happening all at once. But the chapter itself is very bare bones basic. Orochi transforms, Komurosaki dies, and everything's going to shit in the castle. That's pretty much what sums it up. Now, the final part of this chapter shows Nami bringing out Zeus, and that's just kind of like, okay, I'm cool with that. Zeus showing up, boom, it's like, I'll feed you a weather ball, don't worry about it, and it's just like, rain down some thunder-esque crap on this, some lightning, let's see some action here, so we can somehow try to escape, because they're all trying to escape at this point. There's nobody they can save, so they're just trying to book it, right? Now, and really, realistically, they kind of failed in their objective. Robin never found anything useful that we know of. Komurosaki died. He seemed to be part of the alliance. All they did was piss off Orochi, and, like, really, this mission went to, not that it's bad for the plot, like, there needs to be a couple of hiccups along the way, similar to Frankie with the plans and stuff, and now Sanji fighting page 1. There's a lot of things that have to be unpacked, but at the end of the day, this is just kind of like, damn, like, they went through this hell and they didn't get anything out of it. Like, it really kind of sucks at the end of the day. Unless, once again, Nami found something, or Brooke, or Robin did find something, we're not aware of it yet. But as far as I know, the operation of going undercover has now been revealed and a dud. So, that kind of sucks. The end part is we see Chopper, and they're in the Curry region, they're in Leftovers Town, and it's Chopper and everybody with Big Mom there, and Tsuru is feeding, Suru is, Kanemon's wife, is feeding Big Mom and stuff, and Big Mom's just like, oh, there's no more, and like, Mama, and she's standing there, and she's just like, but she's, once again, we knew this would happen, she's the little kid version, and she's just a happy little kid sort of style, usually a very common thing with amnesia people in manga, but also can be quite common. There are usually two sides. You have someone very docile, very caring, very so most of the time more scared than anything. Then you have the ones that lash out and are violent. Clearly, Big Mom is going the former route with this one, and she's all like, "Oh, Chopper, this is all nice." And she even goes like she's hungry, and she goes, "Oh, but you're so poor, and you gave me all your food anyway. It's like I really appreciate it and stuff." Like she's understanding. She's back to being like a Lin as a kid, Will she get the hunger pains? Is that something is that tied to her personality, or is that something within herself, regardless of memory loss or not? I'm going to be very interested to see that, because, if this is all she ate, and Leftovers Town, once again, does not have that much food, that's not enough to appease Big Mom, of all people. I'm very curious if she gets the hunger pains very, very quickly, and what's going to happen as a result. So I'm curious as to where this dynamic is going. Of course, Chopper is very concerned, and they're talking about it like, what are we supposed to do? We can't just leave her. If she gets her memories back, we're all dead 3 seconds after the fact. So he doesn't really know what to do, and then they're just like, oh, well, is there things in Udon region? Like, let's go there. I want some more food sort of idea, like the same food. So that's where we end out the chapter. Not really a big ending, just Big Mom being what a lot of us assumed she'd be, like, kind of friendly with Chopper, and Chopper's just kind of leading her, okay, Lin, we're going this way, sort of idea. They're just trying to make her happy and keep her happy by feeding her. So, I mean, we're kind of back to the whole cake with the whole cake baking thing. Not exactly, but I hope we don't linger on this too much. because I don't need any more of that. I don't need any more of that in my One Piece. I'm good. So, anyways, that's basically the end of the chapter. I know I scattershot around a lot, but it was a bit of a madness, like haphazard chapter, just jumping all over the place, different characters, panel by panel. Suffice it to say, the Shogun Castle is a mess, the banquet hall is a mess. Courtesan is supposedly dead. I don't think many of us believe she actually died, being part of the rebellion. The only real question I have, is Kirishiro in on this? Is he part of the rebellion, or is he truly a bad guy? I don't know, but I feel like, I hope he's a bad guy, and I'm curious as to know what is his deal. That being said, I think I've already figured out that the courtesan's Kinemon's daughter. The only Waban don't seem too impressive, which is kind of lackluster. I was hoping they'd be like some top tier members for the Wano country people. I mean, we haven't really seen them in real action, but they seem to be more gags than actual combatants right now. I hope that we see some major action with them. But anyways, ending it on Big Mom and stuff, that's fine. As I said before, though, I hope that we don't linger too much on just her following around, trying to keep her happy, trying to keep her fed, because that was the last arc. We know. We're good. We're good. We don't need to focus on Big Mom in this arc necessarily. We know what her shtick is. Just show her up, Oda, like you did this time with one page. We get what she's doing, where she's at, and we move on next chapter. So, anyways, guys, that's the end of the chapter, end of the review. What do you guys all think? It was an okay chapter. Nothing major happened. Kind of boring as far as anything like exciting for me happening. On a personal level, but once again, we have to go through these chapters to get to the better moments. So, that being said, everyone, what did you think? Like, comment, subscribe below, and this has been Griever. As always, drink responsibly, and we'll see you back here next time.